Hey, what is up YouTube, Ginno here. Today, if you haven't been following my channel pretty much since I last did a BTS video, which was actually in my old house, well, not my old house, my house in Paris with my family. Now I'm living with my friends in Manchester. So if you haven't watched since then you won't know any of that. Anyway, I'm quite ill, but finally, well, not finally, suddenly we have Ratmon's Mono. I mean, he announced it pretty much, what, like a day, 2 days ago? He released a track list. We always knew a second mixtape was coming. He's describing it as a playlist, but for all intents and purposes, it is a mixtape. Anyway, it's dropped suddenly, and I, for one, am very, very excited. The fact that it's a playlist rather than a mixtape, to me, implies that it's not going to be pure hip-hop. We're hopefully going to be getting some more sort of smooth R&B tracks, maybe some slower pop tracks like we got on his old mixtape. I wouldn't mind another round of sort of the Life Drift and those sort of tracks, Montelude. Anyway, apologies for the low energy. I am still ill. So yeah, we're going to be doing this in 2 separate videos, each containing about 3 or 4 tracks. I think I'm going to do the first 3 in this video, which I believe is Tokyo, Seoul, then Moonchild. So we'll be doing those 3 now, and in the second video, I'll be doing the latter 4, which is Bad Boy, Good, Everything Goes, and Forever Rain. They're all quite intriguing titles. Personally, I'm really looking forward to Tokyo and Seoul just because they're location-based titles and they tend to be good tracks. That's such a invalid excuse as to why you're excited for something, but there we go. Anyway, I'm going to be playing these through my speakers. Another thing that's going to be a little bit different is there may be cuts in between the tracks if I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just listening to the track. I'm going to be very low energy Jeb today, so yeah, don't expect too much. Anyway, let's get into this. This is Tokyo. I'm also going to be listening to them through speakers. So, got a cup of tea as well. Got to have a cup of tea. And I might be eating at various points because I just got back from uni and I'm very hungry. Very quaint piano intro.
Wake up in Tokyo, feel like a torso, and now it's time to grow. I see Pinocchio, wearing a poncho, that's me some time ago. So I miss myself.
Very long, soothing intro, actually. Kind of flat bass kick, that's nice. It's not too deep or heavy. Some nice vocal layering there. Is this laying a sound and type of instrumental for the rest of the playlist? I mean, obviously, you know, it is a slow track, and RM's trying to make a slow track. It's just a little bit on the dull side. There's not really enough going on. It's very soothing and nice, but I feel like the lyrics on this will be really interesting. I mean, I love RM's lyrics all the time. Namjoon is just a brilliant writer, actually, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. But in general, the whole track so far has been pretty monotone. Maybe that was on purpose, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely different. It's quite experimental. I didn't really expect something like that on this album, because for me it does sound a little bit similar, like in terms of the style, to Life and Drift from the last mixtape. I don't know, but it was definitely different, and there's an improvement in the instrumental quality. This is Soul. The next song is Soul. I mean, I liked that. I thought it was a little bit boring, really, but it worked as an intro track. And I feel like it will set a sort of tone for the rest of the album. I don't know. This is Soul, though. It sort of sounds like a steam engine. Sounds like Thomas the Tank Engines are going to flow in. Eerie instrumental. Wow. It's got this sort of reverbed effect to it. Really fresh, clear delivery from Namjoon. No more of that breathiness that he he used to do. Incredible bass. It's so, the bass is so like clean. It's not that horrible aggressive bass that you get in a lot of hip hop and trap tracks. It's really clean and soft. Oh, I love that. It's not quite as muddy as others. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's a really, really tasteful instrumental. It's quite laid back and layered. Definitely has a ramp up for the hook, but overall it's not too obnoxious, especially given RM's delivery. The bass is actually phenomenal on this. Like, sounds amazing from the speakers. Can you guys? No, you guys can't see the speakers. Let me see if I can twist you a bit. There's the speakers over there. We've got an amp and bookshelf speakers. Oh, it sounds phenomenal. Wow. Absolutely incredible. I love the layered vocal effect, the slight out of timeness and the harmonizing with his own voice. Sounded brilliant. In general, I'm loving all the vocal effects. I would say RM's delivery, sometimes it can be a little bit dull, a little bit monotonous, but overall I'm really, really enjoying this track. It's really soothing. I'm feeling there is a fair amount of inspiration from the 88 Rising clan. It sounds like some of the tracks that were off their Head in the Cloud album from earlier this year, that kind of misty, slow jam effect. Not actual slow jam, but like that slow jam effect where it's very obviously sort of a hip hop track, but it's so slow and it's absolutely brilliant. It really did remind me of a lot of the 88 Rising stuff, but it was also fresh, taking on those ideas and actually improving on it, because I wasn't a huge fan of that album in general. Really, really enjoyed that though, and we'll listen to the next track, and then I want to give my thoughts on the first three tracks altogether. So the next track I think is Moonchild. Lots of people have been talking this up on Twitter already, so let's see. More sort of a typical RM delivery here, more sort of a typical hip-hop track here, but it's still got that really spacious sound effect. It's so atmospheric. An almost angelic effect to his voice there. Once again, the bass is phenomenal. Just love the delivery here. The production, this is probably my favourite bit of production on this album so far. It's so fresh. I love the switch ups and the transitions. I love some of the inspiration that Namjoon is taking. I'm hearing a little bit of Travis Scott. I'm also feeling a little bit of Lil Wayne. Just in that hook portion, that was wow. He's so layered. He's even got violins at the end. I really love the musical intelligence that Namjoon has. The way he draws in things and just constructs his song. He's so willing to experiment. try something different. You know, I remember listening to his first mixtape and I was just expecting a pure hip-hop sound that all the songs were going to be about, just like Do You, but there were so many different ideas there and so many different genres that he blended into it, and I think he's doing that even better here. I do like the sounds he went for on the first 2 tracks, which was soothing and fun. In the second track, that bass, it was so smooth. It wasn't that deep, muddy bass that you get in a lot of, you know, aggressive hip-hop tracks, which I do like sometimes, but it wouldn't have fit that song. Instead, it was soothing, and RM's delivery, he just has a naturally brilliant voice to me. I think that's part of the reason I consider him to be one of the best rappers in the Korean music industry. I think he just has such a well-suited voice. His dictation as well is brilliant. His cadence, I can go on forever about how much I like Namjoon as a rapper and even as a vocalist. Like, he doesn't have an incredible range, but he definitely does have a great voice. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this album. This is going to be it for this video, though. I think probably my favourite of those 3 tracks was definitely Moonchild. The first track was a little bit dull. Not so keen on some of the parts there, but I did like all the different sections. And it definitely smoothed into Seoul. I think that's sort of a duo combination there with Tokyo then Seoul. They almost sort of flowed into one another, but wasn't so keen on Tokyo. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the rest of this album. I hope you guys are too. Thank you for watching. This is going to be Ginno, signing out. See you guys soon.